A network error on Twitch's side, so you guys didn't miss much. Only about 20 seconds of the match before this got back up, so don't worry. Just reload your page if it goes down, and you will see the stream again. So we are seeing now assisting into electrical core. The power is down there, which is great, so no phase gates can happen there. Cocorico now in coolant on the north side of the map. Haxi, Beta, Troline, and Dams taking out in Oxy. They took out that harvester. Vetus down to 2 resource, with 1 being grown, but still 2 hives. They are still well in this game, and we're seeing a traps in there biting the armory. 30%. I don't know if that marine is going to spawn in time, and the armory goes down, and they lose weapons 1. But we got 4 marines now. 55% in the Pipeworks hive. We got aliens streaming in, trying to stop this. They're using the resources right now for med packs. Poon Poo in there, Argita in there. They clean up Doms and Beta. Doms is the only one left in there. 26% of that hive. That was a good push, but it was not enough. Wow. Troline now against Sadisti. 65% in Baywing on that RT. Haxi, Beta, and Troline now taking them out. We're seeing that RT is in trouble in waste recycling as well. And Doms and Troline coming through the pub, going in through offload. So let's take a look at this map, folks. Basically, the Marines own this, and aliens own this. So it's pretty split, though. The Marines basically are sitting on 1 base. They are trying to do split push and keep the aliens, keep Vetus on their toes, split their forces. But right now, Vetus is winning most of the engagements on this map, which makes them a more powerful situation in the long-term game. If they're winning most engagements and sending these Marines back, they just won that one. Argita, as a fade, takes down one of the Marines in electrical core, and we're seeing now a push in Oxy. Beta just goes down. Haxi in there against Consuela and Sadisti. Fireman coming in for support. Poon Poon coming in now, flying around. He needs to get out of there, otherwise he's going to lose his lurk, and he basically gets out of the way with about 20% health, 59% on this RT, and Argita has died. That fade has died on the field, so they have lost a fade. They're sitting on 3 resources. And now Fireman and Haxi moving in from transfer. We're seeing basically a armory go down in transfer. Oh, and that Marine push gets taken down. All the aliens just swarming poor Beta, and that blueprint gets down. We're seeing those 2 Marines, Troline and Dams, now in electrical core, killing those Crags, trying to. And if we look at the map, we see one of the aliens, Poon Poon, streaming in, trying to save this hive. Alright, Troline and Dams against Argita in electrical core. And Poon Poon trying to spike them down from the back. They get backed up by traps. Wow, and Traps takes down Troline and Dams, doing a very, very good job on those things. This is a great... Vetus playing such a strong game. We're seeing a huge fight now in Pipeworks. Haxi goes down. Beta is the only one left. They are really trying to push all over the map. I have to applaud them. They are pushing, trying to keep it all, keep the aliens guessing. Beta did survive that engagement, and now he's just trying to take down these eggs. 1 egg left there in Pipeworks. Traps comes down, takes him out quite easily. Phase gate now, 12% in Baywing. And I know you guys typed this 3 minutes ago, but I did see, you know, your guys' you want to see it in free camera. I will try to get more of that, but there's so much action happening on the map right now. If I go into free camera, I might miss something else, and I'm scared of that. Dams and Trolling now against Poonpoo and Traps in Electrical Core. That hive is at 78%. Dams is very low. He's gonna get, oh, and he gets taken down. Trolling is the only one left against 4 of Vetus's aliens, and he is gonna get taken down as well. Wow, and that phase gate gets saved in Baywing at only 9%. They come through to weld that. They need this phase gate. They lose this phase gate, they are done. They basically have just been pushed back to their main base, and it's going to be really hard for them to recover. Even at this point, it's very hard for them to recover. And we see Argita now fade in gravity, just taking there. We see Nietzsche almost back, which this game at 15 minutes, almost over. Celerity Spur has started. Great defense and offense for you know, Vetus. They get attacked, they rally their troops, they defend, and they go right back on the offensive, not giving Cocorico time to breathe, which is great. Now Haxi and Beta in Oxy, 50% on this RT. They look like they're going to let it go. Fireman against Argita and Consuela in gravity. Yeah, I'm calling him Argita because that is his name. He doesn't have the V tag for Vetus in front of his name, or the V apostrophe. Trolling and Doms now in Electrical Core against Traps, 92% on that hive. Carapace has been lost in the main base. Haxi was the one that took that out. Armor 2 has been completed, which is going to give a little bit of survivability for Cocorico. I have to give it to them. Oh, thank you for that. It's Argita? What have I been saying? Oh, Artia. Artesia. Okay. Well, whatever the case, Fireman against Consuela in gravity now, 53% on that RT. Fireman getting some health packs, but Poonpoo is streaming in, takes him down, and we're seeing a Marine push. Haxi and Beta in Waste Recycling. They're going to try to grab this RT, and we see a Drifter now placement right outside Waste Recycling to give that information. Artesia now, Artesia is now outside in Coolant. Alright, Fireman and Trolling now walking into gravity. We see an advanced upgrade started. You know, say what you will about Cocorico and how this is doing. Vetus has been winning most of the engagements here. The thing is look, they are sitting on 6 RTs. They actually haven't dropped below 4 RTs since about, I don't know, 4 minutes into the match. So it's been actually working out quite well for them. That new CC that they just dropped, 80% Waste Recycling. Sadisty is very determined to take that down. I don't see any Marines streaming in to help that. Beta and Haxi are continuing their push into Pipeworks. That is at 48%. Sadisty looks like it's going to go down. And we have Doms now coming into Waste Recycling. And Sadisty quite wisely moves off and is now hiding behind one of the pillars there to take on Doms. Cocorico playing a very, very good game. It looks as if it's going bad for them, guys, but if you look at the res that we just took a look at, and we have an Onos on the field, that actually could change the game here, but they do have an advanced armory coming up. I don't see a Protolab to counter with jetpacks for that Onos, but they do have weapons 3 and armor 2, which if Cocorico basically, all target that Onos, it could be, I mean, that Onos can go down really quickly, especially with level 3 shotguns. All right, and we are seeing that Onos, Punpu, and we have another Onos on the field. Our Artesia is now coming in with Punpu from Gravity. They are going to try to take down that RT. We see fades now in Skylights and overload and offload. Fireman gonna come up. I don't think he'll be too smart to engage those two Onoses, and Punpu and Artesia basically just leave him alone. They are gonna go after these two Marines up in Oxy, Beta, and Haxi in trouble. Two Onoses streaming it.
And I know I'm a little late to the game, but seeing two Onos on the field, there's...
you're really loud.
Whoa. Oh.
Fantastically loud. Beta and Dams now. Punpu and Artesia now in Bay Wing. Those two Onoses are just wrecking up the place. And we see one of the Marines just backpedals into the phase gate. Beta, he comes right back through. Artesia now at 34%, 74% on that Onos for Punpu. And Arj is there as the Gorge, heal spraying them. Fireman is trying to take them down. Haxi goes down as he comes through. That phase gate is on fire. It's very low, and that goes down. They lose that section of the map, but they do have waste recycling, but no way to get there quickly. Beta and Troline in offload. Oh, much better.
They're definitely going to have to do some kind of base rush here. They're sitting on about 40 res, and the Alien's sitting on, of course, 100 res, so they're going to be able to drop plenty of phase to back this up. And that command chair is just going to go down so quickly as there's nobody coming to reinforce against two Onos. I mean, there's really not much you can do. Yeah, as much as when I came into this match, Cocorico looked like they were going to be more or less okay. When you have two Onos on the field, there's not a lot you can do, especially when you have no jetpacks. You're still on armor 2. Jetpacks would have really been the only thing that could save this for them at this juncture, and I don't know. They weren't even building a prototype lab at that point.
Yeah, and we see now they are just doing some desperate moves right now. Gravity, CC has been claimed. We see a phase gate going down as well. Those Onoses, are running basically through the field, just wrecking everything that the Marines are building. We got one Marine building a power node in transfer. That's Haxi. Maybe a phase gate is going to drop there, but they are now losing Marines like crazy. I'm sorry,
I do think
RTs. I meant to say RTs like crazy.
That I do believe that there's the jetpacks. Jetpacks are now done. There's the phase gate drop in transfer. So if they can get JPs and not have Haxi be discovered, which does not look like he's going to be at this point. I don't know if they're going to want to get. If they think they can survive, they may even want to get something else up there, but no, they're just going to go ahead and send in.
They do have that phase gate and transfer. That's what they put the power up for, and they got jetpacks, and they are coming in, streaming in. Cocorico streaming in with shotguns and jetpacks into Pipeworks. We see that
those go down, no question.
That is awesome. 15%. That hive is going to go down. Pipeworks goes down. The Onuses were across the way.
They have to get down to electrical core right now. Their chair in Gravity has been taken down. Power was under attack. They do phase back into docking bay to push that out. They've lost their jetpack research because of that second chair going down. So if they die here, they're going to lose those jetpacks. They've dropped another hive. Haxi and Firemen are up. They're trying to hit that second hive that they have just redropped. And here comes Traps to try and get the kill, but they're going to get that hive again. There's plenty of res on for Vetus to redrop that hive a third. When these Onos are just streaming into docking bay, I got to say, I think that the appropriate action here may have been to send that 5-man group of jetpack shotgunners straight into electrical core to get the hive kill.
Yeah, I agree.
A third hive was dropped in waste recycling.
50% grown, so that actually has been there for a while. Though that would have been a great momentum to keep that going, to just move them in there. However, there was a counter push coming into docking bay that they knew that the aliens were going to hit docking bay, so it was really a decision, and they wouldn't have been able to do it in time.
Fireman is going to have to get out of here as these Onos are coming in right now.
Fireman, we're going to see...
Run away!
We're going to see the view from Fireman against 2 Onoses. He's trying to take the hive out, 35%.
Oh, he's going to stand up on. He's going to go ahead and stand up on top of the hive because there's 2 Onos. All that's there is 2 Onos in a gorge. They can't get him. Yep. There's no way for them to hit him. Oh my God, they got him.
They got him. Electrical core. We got Doms and Trollene now going into electrical core, killing those Krags, trying to get this hive down. Consuela now spawning. He gets a shotgun to the face. This is a good push. Those Onuses are running left and right trying to defend. And we're seeing another push in Pipeworks. Haxi and Fireman taking the new hive, and the hive goes down!
Yeah, but look at this over in electrical core. Doms and Doms has been taken down. 2 Fates showed up.
Oh!
Absolutely destroyed him.
Poonpoo and Artesia take that observation. I'm sorry, take the observatory before the beacon could go off, but it doesn't matter. Marines showed up, and now they are chasing now. 44% on Poonpoo, 28%. Beta is really looking to get him.
Yeah, Beta is the only one with a jetpack right now, so he's got to chase, and he's going to go ahead and give that up because they are very close to enemy territory at that. But look at this, because of this phase gate down in transfer, they're just going to keep taking that hive out over and over again. So at the very least, the Onos factory is not getting up, and that's a very good thing, and really the only thing that is keeping Cocorico in this game. Incredible job by Cocorico to continue surviving this onslaught. Yeah. Those 2 Onos very desperately need to go and take out that phase gate, and this is exactly what they're doing. Here comes Artesia and Arj and Poonpoo right behind. The Bile comes out. Here's, yeah, those Onos are just going to meat grind that phase gate. The phase gate is going to go down, so they're going to be able to redrop Pipeworks again without much threat. But we do see that Doms and Trollene are running back into electrical core. Their Carapace is down. But Traps is there. He's going to have no problem cleaning these 2 up.
Yeah, and they jetpacks have just been completed again. They built that CC and gravity just to get that back. They knew. Cocorico knows they need jetpacks to even stand a chance against these higher life forms, and that was a smart move.
They're running out of shotguns. They have 15 to 19 res each. They have 2 res nodes, so honestly, they need to build up some res supply right now if they're gonna even have a chance of continuing this game. They've burned through all of Vetus's backstock of T-res, though of course they have plenty of personal res left.
Command station under
attack. and you look at
station and gravity is going to come under attack again.
You look at at Vetus, you got Traps at 67 res. You got Sadisty at 70 res. I think they're gonna go Onos just to end this game. Cocorico doing I think a great job trying to survive. I mean, there were some good plays there, but I think just a little too late.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm seeing here is that there's just too much res built up for Vetus. You know, if they had burned through all that res, if they hadn't been sitting on maybe 120 res, if they'd been maybe down to 60 or 50 res, these pushes could have actually produced some results. You know, they wouldn't have been able to redrop so many hives, and it would have put them backpedaling a little bit more. But with at least 4 res nodes for Vetus, able to replenish the res supply, able to redrop the hives, I think that's going to be a GG very shortly here, as they are all burned out of res. They have 2 res nodes only. They have no jetpacks.
There it is. Good game to Cocorico. That was very, very exciting. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad I made it for the end of that game because that was fun to watch.
That was very exciting.